Thank you very much for your kind introduction. Our chairman wanted me to make a presentation on the progress of digitalization in India. And therefore, I am going to speak about the progress of digitalization in India. You know, about 35 years ago, I went to an investment advisor before we went public in India. And he told me that it is very important that you read out from a written material whatever you speak. Because if by chance you were to say something that could lead to a class action suit, you know, it is not a good thing. Therefore, this 35 years of my experience has made me prepare a written speech and read out from that. So I hope you will kindly understand and excuse me. Well, India has an area of approximately 3.3 million square kilometers. It is the 7th largest country in the world in surface area. India has about 650,000 villages and about 8,000 towns spread over this vast area. It stretches approximately 3,000 kilometers from south to north and 3,000 kilometers from the east to the west. Of course, most of it is compressed. Therefore, that's how you get that 3.3 million square feet and not 9 million square feet. India is the 3rd largest economy in the world, though it is a poor country with a per capita GDP of just about $2,500 in 2023. It is about $7,000 on a purchasing power parity basis. The then Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, decided in 2009 that the only way every Indian resident can experience the outcomes of the economic progress that India has been making since 1991 economic reforms was to embrace the death of distance paradigm through the power of digitalization in India. He also knew that the first step in this mammoth task was to ensure cybersecurity through a unique digital identity given to every Indian resident. He invited Sri Nandan Nilekani, the then ex-CEO and co-chairman of Infosys, to bring his enormous expertise in leading-edge technology, in project management, in requirement definition, design, implementation, and constant upgradation of mission-critical software systems. Dr. Singh gave Sri Nilekani the rank of a senior cabinet minister in his government to communicate to the Indian residents the importance of providing a unique identity for every Indian resident. Sri Nilekani enunciated his vision for digital India, and he led very successfully the Unique Identification Authority of India and implemented unique identity for 1.3 billion people. This is the largest experiment in unique identity. The succeeding Prime Minister, Sri Modi, a visionary, realized the importance of digitalization in improving public governance, and he enthusiastically embraced Digital India. He supported it, and in fact, he expanded it. PM Modi wanted every function of the government of India to be digitalized to provide what he called paperless, cashless, and faceless services to every resident across the entire country, particularly in rural and remote parts of India. What is the vision of Digital India? The vision of Digital India is to transform India into a digitally empowered society and a knowledge economy. The major component of the vision are three, and I will talk about them. Number one, make digital infrastructure a core utility for every resident. This aspect of Digital India vision includes making high-speed internet all pervasive to provide digital delivery of services, both private and governmental, to every resident. It entails Aadhaar, it's a Sanskrit word. It's a 12-digit unique identity given to every Indian resident to authenticate his or her own identity for all digital transactions. It involves the bringing the power of mobile and internet banking to provide financial inclusion to every resident. It provides the India Stack. India Stack is a set of online and offline systems and applications that bring the financial inclusion and e-commerce facility and all government services to both every vendor, small and large, as well as to every resident using the power of mobile payment systems. It provides a modern, safe, and secure access to various digital resources while protecting the privacy of the government, the privacy of service providers, and of course, most importantly, the privacy of the Aadhaar card holder. The second part of the vision is to bring the power of digital governance to public services. This aspect of Digital India vision includes digitally enabling every function of the government, including tax systems as well as e-governance services, to enhance productivity and efficiency in the government, as well as eliminating hassles for the residents. It is about providing various citizens and residents services by these departments in real time using the power of mobile and other digital platforms. A good example of this is Jan Dhan Yojana program, which disburses monetary benefits to women, farmers, entrepreneurs in the informal in the sector, as well as to help them to afford housing, crop, medical, and life insurance, among others. This scheme was a transformative pillar that reshaped the financial inclusion objective by giving access to all strata of Indian society to formal banking. The direct benefit transfer by the government of wages and funds in schemes that help the poor who are unemployed, there are three or four of them, MNREGA, PM Kisan, and Ayushman Bharat, has helped the poor. It has brought women and weaker sections, especially those from rural areas, into the banking system. It was highly useful during the COVID pandemic. It has also provided digitally transformed facilities in banking, in retail, in education, healthcare, and many other e-governance functions, according to the Government of India. Now, the third part of the vision of Digital India is digital empowerment and enlightenment of citizens and residents. This aspect of Digital India vision is about providing universal digital literacy in India, universal access to digital resources, and providing user interfaces to all the systems and applications in Indian languages. It also aims to provide collaborative digital platforms for participative governance. As part of promoting cashless transactions and converting India into a less cash society, various modes of digital payments are available in India, of course, including the traditional credit, debit, and prepaid bank cards, USSD, which is a short message services. Some of you will know about it. It's a very advanced, it's a very useful technology. Aadhaar-enabled payment service, unified payment service, mobile wallets, point-of-sale terminals, micro ATMs, internet banking, and mobile banking. What has been the impact of Digital India on the country? Let me give you a few data points. One, India progressed from being the most unbanked country in the world as late as 2008 to a country with 96% of adult citizens and residents owning a bank account in 2023. This period of just 15 years would have taken at least 50 years without digital inclusion. And having as high as 96% of adult citizens and residents having a bank account is a very worthy achievement. The female ownership of bank accounts increased from 26% in 2011 to 77% in 2017. I believe it is somewhere around 89 to 90% today. This, I think, is very, very important in a developing country like India. Second, about 1.3 billion Aadhaar cards have been issued to the 1.3 billion citizens. This is truly extraordinary. This is a very massive exercise. I don't think it has been done anywhere else in the world. The third is the number of smartphone owners increased from just 10% of our population as late as 2014 to more than 70% of our population in 2023. Fourth, the cost of digital data transmission went down from $4 per gigabyte in 2014 to 10 cents per gigabyte in 2023. What that means is, in a period of 9 years, we have reduced the cost of data transmission by a factor of 40. Next, India went from a negligible number of digital transactions as late as in 2016 to about 8 billion transactions in 2022. Now, I don't have the latest statistics, but I do believe that we probably would have grown at least at about 20-25% every year. Sixth, today you can have a cashless transaction with a coconut water vendor on a hill in a remote village, as I did a few weeks ago when I took a French friend of mine from Paris to Mysore and a village nearby. In other words, the power of cashless transaction, the power of mobile banking has permeated even the smallest vendors in the country. 7, the FASTag issuances have increased from almost zero in 2016 to about 24 million in 2023. The 8th one, the cumulative direct benefit transfer scheme that was founded by the government of India to help the poor unemployed people. That amount has exceeded $300 billion US as of the end of 2023. And the cumulative number of beneficiaries has exceeded 1 billion people. There are about 380 million registered beneficiaries, forming 29% of our population. 9th, the tax collection has gone up by a factor of 4 between 2010 and 2022. 10th, India built a vaccine distribution and management platform called CoWIN as a digital public infrastructure to accelerate vaccine delivery. India delivered, as most of you know, 2.15 billion vaccine doses in just 2 years. 11, Diksha, which is digital infrastructure for knowledge sharing, offers over 8,000 courses in digitalization as well as in other areas, and a content of 200,000 articles in 30 languages contributed by 11,000 contributors as of date. This is increasing rapidly every day. What is very impressive is it has clocked over 60 billion learning minutes in usage. It is also used for skills development. 12th, India has the 3rd largest online shopping community, just behind the US and China. Last year, there were about 140 million online shoppers in India. Now, how did it all happen? They happened due to the creation of India Stack as the primary platform for digital India. India Stack uses open source software for internal components. It has created shared digital building blocks. It is empowered by interoperable open and control standards, and it addresses the issues of sovereignty. The components of the India Stack are Aadhaar, eKYC, eSign, GSTN, Udyam, AEPS, APB, UPI, BBPS, DigiLocker, DigiYatra, and Account Aggregator. I will talk about a few major components of India Stack. First is, of course, Aadhaar. Aadhaar, as I pointed out, is a 12-digit unique identification that is linked to an individual's biometric and demographic data and is stored in a centralized fail-safe database. It is issued by the Unique Identification Authority of India to each resident of the country. Aadhaar is mandatory to be eligible for membership of various government schemes and benefits. This helps us avoid corruption because the money goes straight from the government account to the account of the individual. And anybody trying to tamper with it will immediately be found out. Aadhaar cards are given only after a thorough KYC process and other related services are completed. It also acts as a proof of identity and thus is mandatory for every individual to have one. The primary goal of an Aadhaar card is to promote and provide Indian residents with reliable, translucent, and exemplary government services. I have deliberately used the word translucent because there are in the issue of government security, in the issue of sovereign security, in the issue of individual security, certain aspects are not transparent to others. An Aadhaar card is made out of the user's demographic information and biometric data. It is allotted to individuals only after all the data are verified. Aadhaar is the world's largest biometric ID system. Paul Romer was a professor at Stanford and also a former chief economist of World Bank, described Aadhaar as the most sophisticated identity program in the world. It is a proof of residence and not a proof of citizenship. In other words, any person who decides to come and stay in India can get an Aadhaar card and avail of all the facilities that the government provides. An Aadhaar identity is randomly generated, is a lifelong unique identity, and is portable. E-Aadhaar can also be obtained. Aadhaar system is highly scalable, and the beauty of it is it uses open source technology. It is not a victim to any single corporation in the world. Second is what is called UPI, or Unified Payment Interface. The Unified Payments Interface is an interface using which you can transfer money between banks. This means you can send or receive money by scanning a quick response, or what is called QR code, to pay an individual, to pay a merchant, or to pay a service provider, and therefore to shop, to pay bills, or authorize payments. To enable payments using your phone, all you need is a mobile payment application, which is already provided, and the virtual address of the payee that reads something like "me at my bank." Thus, you can make payments directly to the account of a vendor or a person in just one step. I'm quoting Forbes India's description of UPI. Next, Aadhaar-enabled payment system. Aadhaar-enabled payment system, or what is called AEPS, was developed by the National Payment Corporation, which is a Government of India organization. I had the privilege of being the chairman of that, the first chairman of that. It enables Aadhaar card holders to make monetary transactions at micro-automated teller machines or point-of-sale mechanisms using their Aadhaar number as a unique identification number. The aim is to authorize people from all sections of the society to access financial and banking services via Aadhaar. The AEPS allows users to transfer funds, deposit cash, withdraw money, check balance, among other features. I'm once again quoting Forbes India. The third is another very important component of this stack. It is Aadhaar Payment Bridge or APB. APB system uses Aadhaar number for electronic crediting of government subsidies and benefits into an Aadhaar-linked bank account, which were mostly done earlier either by cash or by check. Besides transferring the benefits and subsidies under the direct benefit transfer schemes, the system also serves the goal of financial inclusion and provides an opportunity to the government to attempt financial re-engineering of its subsidy management program. I'm once again quoting Forbes India. The next one is what is called BHIM, that is Bharat Interface for Money, BHIM. BHIM is an application developed by the National Payment Corporation of India. The application supports all Indian banks which use UPI and allows the user to instantly transfer money between amongst 170 member banks in the country belong to either the sender or the receiver parties. It can be used on all mobile devices. The sixth one is what is called account aggregator network or framework. This safe and secure framework allows customers to digitally access and share their financial information through account aggregators who are registered with and are regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. A consumer provides consent to these aggregators to request data from financial information providers like banks and other users who may need such information. Every financial information user is regulated by the government. Now, I will talk about the final one, which is what is called Open Network for Digital Commerce. This has not been done anywhere else in the world. Open Network for Digital Commerce is a first of its kind global initiative for democratizing digital commerce and enhance the penetration of digital commerce in the country. In other words, it is providing the power that Amazon has to every small vendor. ONDC seeks to promote open networks for all aspects of the exchange of goods and services over digital networks. ONDC is based on open source methodology. It uses open specifications and uses open network protocols independent of any specific platform. The idea is decentralization and democratization of e-commerce in India, where small businesses like the mom and pop stores, small restaurant, and small to medium sellers will be able to find a way to do business online. In other words, they're bringing the power of Amazon to mom and pop stores. The vision of ONDC is to give the merchants equitable access to making their goods and services available to a large set of consumers. ONDC goes beyond the current platform-centric digital commerce model where the buyer and the seller must use the same platform or application to be digitally visible and do a business transaction. This is the biggest beauty of this application. Several well-known global players in retail and logistics, agri-businesses, FMCG companies, finance companies, mobility players, hospitality, and automotive industry have all joined this network. Well, folks, thanks for this opportunity. My time is up now. I believe there are several lessons for most countries in the world from the experience of India in implementing its digital India idea. Thank you very much.